morning. Thank you for all of you coming in this morning on a Friday, casual Friday. Appreciate it. Mr. Smith had asked that I do a brief presentation on dealing with stress. Let me start by asking the folks in the room, how many of you actually know what stress is? Not too many. Simply put, stress is the state of mental or emotional strain or tension from very demanding circumstances. Behind me is a list of things that do cause stress and contribute to them. Sickness, health, overtime, fear, worry, anxiety, bills, payment, work, debt. Many things contribute to the stress that we're feeling every day. There are 3 stages to stress that I'm not sure everybody's aware of. The first stage is called general alarm reaction. This is the body's first reaction to stress and causes the body to release adrenaline and other stress hormones, including cortisol. The second stage is called resistance. This is the body's reaction to long-term protection after a period of time when someone's dealing with chronic stress. The body adapts to the ongoing threat and tries to return to its normal functions. The glucose levels increase as well as the blood pressure. And the third stage is called exhaustion. At this stage, the body has run out of the reserves of energy and immunity. At this point, the blood sugar level decreases, mental, physical, and emotional resources suffer heavily. Illness and death can occur. Stress affects the nervous system and also hormones. The body's nervous system responds to a body under stress by increasing the sympathetic nervous system activity. This gets what's called the HPA axis, which is the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal gland axis, activated. The HPA response begins to secrete hormones that direct the pituitary gland to release the hormone that then directs the adrenal glands to secrete more hormones, including cortisol. These release sugar in the blood and prepare the body to respond to whatever the threat is of the stress. The initial arousal that accompanies stress is normally quite adaptive because it helps humans respond to potentially dangerous events that occur in our lives. The experience of prolonged stress, however, also known as chronic stress when it goes on for a long period of time, can affect our physical health. If stress is prolonged, various hormones and glands can become overworked and as a result toxic. Stress long-term is very bad for our health. Persistent stress can lead to a weakening of the immune system, making a person more susceptible to things like illness and disease. It's actually been known to damage DNA. It does affect the heart as well. It's been actually known to contribute to heart disease. The long-term stress creates 2 opposite effects of the coronary system. Stress causes the heart to pump more blood, and at the same time, it reduces the ability of the blood vessels to conduct blood through the arteries. These 2 factors combined can lead to high blood pressure, which in turn damages the heart muscle, and this can lead to heart attack or death. The following words are very important to me personally as well as everyone in this room, as it really helps us individually figure out how we need to personally deal with stress. The first word is called optimism. Optimism is being hopeful and someone having enough confidence about the future. Positive thinking about the successful outcome of something is crucial. The next word is called self-efficacy. That's a person's belief on how they feel in their own ability to complete tasks and reach their goals. This plays a role on how we think, feel, and act. And the third important word here is called hardiness. That is the ability or power to do something or understand something. The capability for surviving under unfavorable conditions. And it's really important that each one of us understand those words. It's very important to manage stress because we need to recognize the importance of stress. The effects of not getting a handle on stress can be detrimental to our health. Responding to stress is easier if we can interpret it in more of a positive way, I should say. Developing ways to successfully control our emotions is known as emotion regulation, and this takes effort to do. And over here, I have another printout here of smiley faces. We want to try to be positive. It's not always good to be in the red and be down in the dumps. The kinds of stress that are in my particular job, or that we all here at our company deal with, are the daily stressors of dealing with injured workers and employers and paying their bills, calculating their wages, making sure that they're paid timely. And we also need to make sure that we're there to listen to their complaints, their concerns. These people are injured, so we have to be sympathetic to what is going on with these folks. And we also need to know when we need to get a nurse case manager involved. These people are injured, so for them, they want to see how they're going to get paid and how their bills are going to get taken care of. They don't want to worry about hospital bills or who's going to pay their rent or how are they going to pay for food. That's up to us. So outside of the regular daily stressors that we have, we also have stress from our job. I know personally I've dealt with stress, and I'll start with the successful portion of it. Understanding the 3 words that we talked about before. Optimism is important for me because I try to be very positive in my thinking. Can I get through this current endeavor? What do I need to do to really think positive through the situation that's causing me this stress? The more that you're thinking positively and you try to figure out a way to get through the stress is very therapeutic for your health. If you don't, unfortunately, the other side to that is sickness, illness, over a long period of time. Unsuccessfully for stress, I've actually been one of those people that overthink situations. I self-doubt myself. I try to take on too much and have too many expectations for myself. And then when that doesn't happen, I'm really upset and disappointed with myself. Whether it be a work goal or a personal goal or whatever, if you try to overdo yourself too much with all these things that you need to get done, that's very stressful. But one thing that I've learned is that you need to be positive. You need to believe in yourself that you can get through whatever the day is going to bring you for stressors. Because if you don't, it's only going to be a spiral out of control if you don't get a handle on it. Some strategies for managing and responding to stress. There's a few, actually. One thing is to write down what you're feeling. Writing your feelings and your emotions down and talking to people is important. They can have long-term health benefits. Keeping that information inside is, you're likely to get sick again, and you're likely to have headaches and be tired and not feel well. And I think at the end of this video, the one important key that I'd like you to take away from this is try to control your stress and don't let your stress control you. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it.